What's up, gang? We back. It was winter last time I was recording. It's spring now. It's pollen everywhere. It's fucking bees, wasps. Anything you could think of that's unpleasurable now exists because the cold is no longer here. I don't have allergies. If you have allergies, you need to grow up. I could lick pollen off of my car right now and be perfectly fine. It's everywhere. But it's everywhere. Like everywhere you look, there's fucking pollen. My car is black. This shit is now yellow. Wasps are fucking terrible. They serve no purpose. They're just here to sting. That's it. There's a wasp nest on my back porch. It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. And they raised the rent. Everything is going wrong now that winter is gone. Now that COVID doesn't exist. Everything is going wrong. Drake is dissing Pusha T again. This shit is nuts to me because history repeats itself. Why would Drake do this? The story of Adidon is like the first diss I've ever listened to and been like, why would he say that? I felt genuinely hurt that he said that shit about Drake. I was like, why would he say that about 40? Why did he do that? Why did he do these things? I felt bad for the person getting dissed. I've never felt like that. I listened to Ether, Hit 'Em Up, Fuck Compton, No Vaseline, all these diss tracks I listened to, The Bitch and You, all that shit I listened to, and I never felt bad for the person getting dissed. The story Adidon was the first time where I listened to that shit and was like, no, why? Watching that beef unfold and seeing Pusha T win that shit, that was like looking at Optimus Prime lose the Allspark. That shit was like really like a villain just won. That shit was like the Joker just killed Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing, it didn't feel right. It felt like there was a misstep somewhere. That shit had me pushing on Drake like Lil Simba pushing on Mufasa. I was like, get up. You gotta fight. And don't tell me, oh, well, Drake had that diss in the cut, but Jay Prince style. I don't want to hear that shit. That shit wasn't real. I got a girlfriend that goes to a different school. I don't want to hear that shit. Shit not real. That diss didn't exist. The fact that he's poking at him again is crazy to me. Are we really doing this again? Is this bad? Are we back here again? He had you on blackface. No one knew that picture existed. I'm sure you had it scrubbed from the internet. He had you in blackface. I really think you should have just shot that nigga, Drake. I'm gonna be real with you. That may have talked about your moms. That wasn't a very friendly beef. You know, Drake has had a lot of beefs. He did that to Meek Mill. They squashed it. But that was something else. That was gonna go a whole different direction. And I'm glad it ended the way it did. But here we are, right back in the same spot years later. Another Pusha T album coming out. Drake dissing him again in a leaked snippet. On a Jack Harlow track? Was that the Jack Harlow track? I might be misinformed. But either way, that's crazy. Why are we doing this? And on Pusha T's side, Push. Why you had to do that, man? You had to say 40 was 666. That was crazy. That was nuts. That was insane. We're still feeling the after effects from story of Adidon to this day. To this day. And we're about to have another one. You had the out. And I know Drake didn't want to put it out. It was a leaked snippet, all that, blah, blah, blah. Why did he write it? Me on his team, I would have been like, hey, bro, you might want to chill. And the crazy thing about it is that W Freestyle was a pretty crazy diss in itself. It wasn't like a murder track or nothing, but it was a pretty nice diss. I remember hearing it and being like, yo, here go Drake, about to bully another artist again, and then he got bullied. That shit was like watching the villain join the winning team all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely a W for the villain. Megatron won. That shit was disappointing. You ever have a childhood hero that you looked up to, and then you see him get bodied like that, like fucking Chuck Liddell get knocked out by Rashad Evans, John Cena losing the title. That was like watching Umaga hit John Cena with the little thumb shit he did. You know, little thumb shit he used to do. I don't know how that shit, the fucking Umaga spike or whatever the fuck. That shit was like watching the great Khali crush Rey Mysterio's head. I was screaming as a kid looking at that shit. I was like, no, 619. You know what I'm saying? That shit was like that shit was like watching the Crimson Chin get beat up. Lex Luthor putting the kryptonite to Superman. Anti-Flash outflashing Flash. Jerking him off at light speeds. What are we doing? What's going on? Everything's going to shit. A$AP Rocky reportedly cheated on Rihanna. And he probably didn't. But I'm gonna go with it as if he did. Because it's funny. Why would you cheat on Rihanna? You get Rihanna pregnant and then cheat on her. That's full on Eric Benet. What did you don't never go Eric Benet? Didn't Jay-Z just tell us that like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? And he did it? And he probably didn't. It was just like one dude tweeted that he did, and everybody was like, oh yeah, he did. So I'm gonna say he probably didn't, but for the sake of the video and the content, he did. You know what I'm saying? In this channel, in this area, he did cheat. Even if he didn't, he did. It's too late now because I made a video on it. It has to be factual. But on that note, I'm gonna slide out of here. Y'all boys be safe. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thank you for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. Argue with me. I'm here.